Yo everybody, how's it going? Yo, you remember that video I put up a while ago of my favorite sci-fi films? Well, I'm going to show you my entire science fiction collection. And I realize this may be a bit bigger than my horror selection. Is it or isn't it? Let's find out. Anyways, let's get this ball rolling. If you listen closely, you can hear American Psycho back there. I love that song. Shoot, so too. Anyways, first movie. It's the classic War of the Worlds, the original. I really love this film. I have a lot of fun with it whenever I watch it. The special effects are spectacular, but I mean, sure, you can see the childhood I've lost in. Sorry. So you can see the strings pulling up on the tripods, and yes, they even explain that they are hovering on three things. The plot was intriguing. It's debated that this isn't based off of the book, but it's based off of the Orson Welles radio short that actually made people kill themselves. That's not funny, but that's just kind of actually kind of is. But I highly recommend this film. The weird thing is, I think this is true. Not 100% sure, but that this was actually aired on TV before it was shown in theaters. Anyways, if you haven't seen this, check it out. You'll have a lot of fun with it. But there's one problem with the DVD. These little clippy things. Who's sick and tired of seeing these things? I mean, what's the point? I mean, the DVD, like, look, they're not even closed, and the DVD's perfectly closed. Like, watch. What's the point of these? One of these days, let's say you put a DVD away for a while, and you forget that they're on there, and you're trying to open it. It's just like, why isn't it opening? Then all of a sudden, crack, you break the case. And if you're like me, you love taking care of the cases, and you hate broken cases. Yeah, it just bothers me. I mean, it's a minor complaint, but still, what's the point? The next is, I only have 2 of these, because I'm not sure if they even released the original editions on DVD yet, for the original trilogy, and yes, there's Star Wars 1 and 2. I'm not going to go into detail about these. These were like the only 2 I think I saw in theaters, because I was a little too young to see the original 3, and I don't think I was alive during the first one. I forgot when that one came out. Anyways, a lot of people don't like these films, but if you just sit down and just watch them, you can have a lot of fun with these films. They're good fun watches, and I can't really complain too much because, heck, I'm a Star Wars fan. And sure, some people say they're disgraces, but I don't really care. They're okay. They're not masterpieces, but they're fine. I mean, the third one's the best out of the 3. I like the second one a lot too, but next is the Terminator. Oh wow, I forgot I have all 3. The Terminator trilogy. Yes, the original Terminator trilogy. The first one is actually my personal favorite out of the entire trilogy, because it was an in-depth plot. A lot of people think the second one's better than the first one, but I personally like this one. It felt like it was more complex. I love Michael Biehn. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. And seeing the Terminator for the first time really scared me. This is a fun film. The term masterpiece doesn't even describe how great it is. I really love this film. Every time I watch it, I have a lot of fun with it. It's a fun watch, definitely. Now the second one, this is also really good. And don't get me wrong, I love this film. I really do. I almost equally it. I love it as much as the first one, but at times just felt like it was trying to be a little too silly. So it's just like kind of was a little for me, but it's still a great film. I mean, it's a masterpiece, but I can't take it out of this metal thing, because the case on the inside was ripped to shreds. I'm not kidding. When I first bought this, it was in like this wrapping, like, you know, the plastic that's around it. I tried to pull it out, but it was for some reason struggling. And then when I pulled it out, it was all like ripped up. Why would you do that? Who packaged that? That bothers me. Did they just put it in saying, oh, it doesn't matter? Well, some people, it does matter. I mean, it's showing how. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like you're really not gonna take care of the case. Wow, it was really irresponsible of them to do that. Now, hold on, excuse me for a second. Next one, the third Terminator film, Rise of the Machines. The plot's the same as Terminator 2. John Connor's just older. I didn't like the girl. And when I mean the girl, I mean, well, okay, I didn't like either of the girls. The Terminator girl was just there for sex appeal. Same with the lead girl, which I'm not sure who she was. I haven't seen this in forever. But the action sequences were pretty cool to watch. I mean, that you just have some fun with. You just watch. Not much to say. Okay, now this is where we're getting real stuff. The two Alien films, and I did a review on these two, and you know how much I love these films. I love this one much more. I don't like it a lot more, but I do like it. They're both great films. The only two that should have been made from this series. If you haven't seen them, you're missing out. Alright, now, Tron. And you know, I did a review on this also recently. Check this out. It's awesome. It's a masterpiece. I love the special effects. It's some of the best special effects I've ever heard. Special effects I've ever seen in my life. Even today, they still astound me. I mean, sure, it seems kind of cheesy now, but still, they kind of impressed me because at the time, I don't think anyone saw anything like it. Nowadays, it could all have just been done simply. I mean, putting someone in a computer-generated world like that and watch it with the lights off, it looks really cool. Next one, Starship Troopers. Different from the book. The action sequences, I admit, are pretty cool, and the bugs look alright, but they weren't the bugs from the book, and they didn't have the ape suits, so trash. Alright, the next is the two Predator films. The first one's the best, obviously. Arnold Schwarzenegger really did a good job as his character. The Predator was also scary, but you know what bothered me about this film? My dad really wanted to get me to watch this when I was younger. He said, "Don't worry, there's no blood." Then I finished watching. I'm just like, you know, you lied to me really bad there, right? He's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry." But still, it was a lot of fun. You have a good time with it and stuff. It's a good film. Check it out. Second one isn't that great. It's all right. I mean, the action some of it's pretty cool, but overall, it just doesn't have the same effect as the first one. I mean, it's okay, but nothing special. Now, why I don't have the first one of this, I don't know. The Chronicles of Ridick, and you know what confuses me? It's just like the first one's called The Chronicles of Ridick Pitch Black, then the sequel is The Chronicles of Ridick. Shouldn't be the first one was titled The Chronicles of Ridick, and then this should have been titled something else. I can understand why it was called Pitch Black, because the monsters, the monsters were purely see in the black. They were like vampires, I think. They were like really inventive looking vampires. This is still a great film. The action sequences are great. It's kind of dull, but you have a lot of fun watching the action sequences. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch the first one. I really like the first one a lot more, but still. Alright, the next one isn't really a movie as well. It's a television series. This is a completely underrated television series. It's the Firefly series. This is the incomplete series. This is a fun show. I don't get why no one liked it. It was a great show. I loved it as much as it had a film called Serenity. This is probably one of the coolest science fiction shows ever made, this side of Star Trek or Land of the Lost, which don't have either of. If you're gonna watch any science fiction show, check this out. I'm gonna have to finish this up later. I'm almost out of time. See you for part 2.